found on Twitter. It was two females that was stripping for the BET weekend or whatever, and when they came out when they got home, they came out the club. Some niggas followed them home and robbed them for every dollar they just made. And supposedly they made like over 10 bands. So I'm gonna play that and then we're gonna talk about it. There's no audio. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Crazy. Crazy. Hey, that bitch thick though, right here though. This bitch got ass, nigga.
I was gonna say that nigga in the blue was filling that chick up over there on the right.
Yeah, on me he did. Hey, that's crazy. Hey, so look, hold on, let's finish. All right. So look,
that nigga did some extra pats on the ass cheeks.
On me he did.
Ass pockets.
On me he did. Hey, so look, I gotta. So I read the comments, right? And you know what a lot of the comments was saying, bro? A lot of the comments was saying, oh, what they say? Oh, they deserve it. They getting their money, bro. Nobody deserved to get robbed like that. What is going on in niggas' brain, bro? Like what? Like I don't understand. I know you get internet trolls and shit, but I partially think that a lot of these internet trolls, they really mean this shit, bro. I don't think they just saying this for the internet. Because niggas was literally justifying this, like, oh, get a real job. Nigga, I don't give a fuck if you only exception to that is if you like selling dope or something illegal. But even then, you shouldn't rob a nigga. But if you got your money legally, I don't give a damn in how you want to view earning that bread. You don't rob somebody like that. And then it was niggas too. Like y'all niggas is robbing some bitches like that. The level of cowardness it take to rob two females like that at gunpoint. Y'all niggas y'all didn't even need no guns to do that, bro. Y'all didn't need no weapons. Y'all could have just been like, hey. Give me the bag. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna give it up because they see two big ass 6'2" niggas approaching them.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, no, that's true. But I mean, a lot of times these females, especially these strippers, they be having burners on them. So
yeah, that's true. That's true.
They could have thought that too. But at the same time, yeah, no, it's definitely not cool for anybody to get robbed, have a gun put in their face, have their shit taken. That's definitely a fucked up situation, especially some females, because like you said, it's like they're basically choosing the most vulnerable option. It's almost like robbing an old lady. It's like you know what I mean? It's like you're robbing the most vulnerable. But also, I agree and I disagree with those trolls in that aspect, as far as like, yeah, they're not supposed to be doing it. It's like if you're gonna put yourself in positions where you're there's a reason why our parents told us to be in by when when the street lights come on. There's a reason why we have these which is unfortunate. That's the reason why a lot of these women end up stripping anyway. But it's like it's unfortunate that they're in that position anyway. But if you're in that lifestyle, you got to expect for that type of shit to happen. So it's like I would have more sympathy. I have sympathy for those young ladies, but I would have more sympathy for if they were just some chicks that was coming home from working 9 to 5 or something like that. A chick that was working at the hospital or something was just getting off, and you know what I mean. But
of course,
the reason why it's like it's almost like I'm not gonna be, if I know I'm working somewhere where I'm coming back home with however much money, and I know I'm coming back late at night. One, I'm either gonna have a gun with me or have some type of protection with me, have somebody there who can make sure that I get into my house. But you got these women running around loose because they're so comfortable with this. It's like you gotta understand, people are watching. They gotta take notes from motherfucking Players Club. Even though it wasn't necessarily a robbing situation, it's like you got Melvins out there. You got people who are either whether they be,
that's true. That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Because that could have been a worse situation. Luckily, they only got robbed. Because it could have been a situation where somebody followed them home. You see, they could have waited till they opened up, popped the door, and made it all the way up into their apartment and actually did something to them. So they're lucky they only got robbed. They didn't get pistol whipped. They didn't get physically harmed. It's an unfortunate situation, but I definitely I get that aspect of it, in the sense that, like I said, like when you're living a certain lifestyle, that's almost like that's equivalent, like how you was talking about, like if it was somebody like selling drugs or something, it's like that's in a woman's world, that's equivalent, almost
I
like
see.
it's like you're
I
out there in
see.
the streets. You feel me?
Yeah,
So it's like
yeah, that makes
that
sense.
type of
Good
shit is
point.
gonna happen. You feel me? You're gonna be in
Mm.
situations where niggas are gonna be watching. And you got I see videos funny where I see videos where niggas be in the club and you know what I'm saying, they be throwing money and niggas be picking up the money off the floor. Like, so it's like it's fucked up, it's grimy, but it's like, hey, like you gotta think you're around a bunch of niggas who are
Yeah,
paying to watch you shake your ass and your titties. It's like,
right.
so you can't really
Yeah.
expect no loyalty. They should have been more on point, I think.
Yeah, that was a good take. I agree. I definitely agree with that. I think so but this is my thing, right? Like the morality, like being a stripper to me is a different story than this, right? If you like, obviously being a stripper, I 100% any sex work for females, bro, I have to disagree with, bro. It's, you know, it's putting yourself out there. Some of these females got kids. We talked about that, and it's like, you know, I just think it's really demoralizing for a woman to be out there shaking her titties and ass, and then knowing damn well in their lifetime they gonna want a nigga to wife them. You know what I mean? They gonna want to be a wife
Yeah.
someday. But you do shit like that, and oh, I'm just doing this for now to get, bro. There's other ways to get money without shaking ass and showing titties. But back to the robbery itself, nigga. Like I do agree with that. Like it's the, like you said, it's the equivalent to this. Like, okay, let's say you go in the hood with all your jewelry, nigga, you asking to get robbed, and I can see how that
Right.
correlates. I can see how that correlates. But my whole argument is this: like, I think we need to have a culture where niggas know how to get their own money, so people can stop getting robbed like this at gunpoint. Like that's crazy, my nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, bro? I just think there's no justification. And like I said, to be fair, I do agree with that. Don't put yourself in situations like that. They should have been smart. They knew they had racks on them. They just made a bunch of money. Maybe have one of your homeboys or follow you to your crib, get you there safe, and then dip or whatever. But I think with this culture of niggas doing armed robberies and taking from, look, they earn that money the hard way. I know people like to say it's the easy way because they just show titties, but that's still the hard way because you put in your body and your sexuality out there to get a bag. They still earn their bread, my nigga. And I think it's foul as fuck to go and just yank. Yeah, and they probably had their phones in that bag and all types of shit, nigga. They you know what I mean? It's fucked up, bro. I just like to look at this shit from a moral standpoint, and niggas don't need to be robbing motherfuckers, bro. Period. You know.
Yeah, no, niggas definitely
But
don't need
that's
to be robbing.
wishful.
Niggas need to go get jobs and stop stealing and robbing and
Yeah,
shit. That's one of my pet peeves. I can't stand
yeah.
a thieving ass nigga.
Especially somebody who steals
Yeah,
from
it's
fat.
like,
You ever got that one cousin that can't stop stealing, bro? Like,
yeah, it's like, yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like I can't stand a thief because it's like that's like the that's, to me, a thief is like, I understand a lot of different types of like crime and mischief, but it's just like being a thief, that's just like some of the grimiest, slickest shit. Like that's some snake shit to me. Like I feel
yeah,
like being a thief, that's some shit like people would do, especially like people who like, as opposed to robbing people who just steal or sneak and thieve shit from people. I feel like that's like some of the worst shit because it's like when people do that, it's like, dude, you're taking advantage of people's uh kindness and people's you're
weakness.
taking advantage. You're just, yeah, you're taking people's kindness for weakness, and you're just taking advantage of whoever. You're an opportunist. You're gonna do whatever if it benefits you. I think that's like the precursor to me. I think that's probably why it's my pet peeve because it's like if you're a thief, I think you're willing to do anything. Like I
Yeah,
think like
yeah,
there's not
facts.
really too many limits that you know what I
Yeah,
mean. Like especially like you said when it gets to the point where you're like you steal from your family, like that's when I be
yeah.
thinking like, nigga, you'll
So,
do anything. Like
so can
you
I?
would exchange my life for yours
Yeah,
if the situation
I.
presented itself.
So I agree with you, but I think it's levels to it, right? Like niggas who would do that type of shit, like you said, will do anything. But I think there's levels to it, right? If you, let's say you were no excuse for stealing, but let's say you a single mother or a single dad, nigga, it's hard to pay your rent, and you go to like a store, and I'm not justifying this. I want to make that clear.
Mm.
I'm just making a point, making an example. If you go to like a grocery store and you stealing baby formula or diapers or something, like I don't think that correlates to having that mentality of being willing to do everything. However, niggas who willing to arm robbery or jack somebody that also earned their bread, I think like nigga, that's like you willing to do the worst. You feel me? Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, no,
If you
that's
ask
that's
me,
a good point. Yeah, no, because yeah, let me specify that.
you know.
Thieving from businesses and shit for shit that you need for your family and shit, I don't that shit don't really bother me. Because shit, get as much as you can from this from this funky ass government.
Hey,
Shit, I
and
don't
the
like
niggas
that shit.
and they
Yeah,
got insurance on
but
all that shit
thieving
and
from
everything.
people, yeah, stealing from people, just random people, or stealing from like I said, family members, friends, or just random people. Like that's where it's just like it's like yeah, I think you'll do anything like because you don't one you're not thinking about the consequence, or even whether you're thinking about it or not, you're still willing to risk the consequence of somebody either taking your life or doing something harming you for trying to steal from them.
Right.
So you disregard that. So it's like if you're not you don't have the wherewithal to think about your safety and what it is that can come of this, there's a lot of shit that you won't do. But yeah, no, as far as like, yeah, that's a good point. Like as far as stealing from like stealing if you're hungry and shit like that. Like I don't really, especially like the type of work that I do, my 9 to 5. It's like I don't really, I sympathize with some of these people,
big time.
when it comes to
Big
certain
time.
things. And then you just got some motherfuckers who are just thieves.
There's
like
a difference between stealing to get ahead and stealing to get by. You know what I mean? Big difference. I can't agree with either one because especially here in America, my nigga, it's I know niggas got their opinions, bro, but to be honest, nigga, like opportunity here is not very hard to come by, nigga. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to get a little 9 to 5 or whatever. And like I said, every situation is different, so I'm not gonna completely excuse it, but I certainly understand it. That's for sure. I definitely understand it. If your kid ain't got no formula and you ain't got no money, and you know that the store got millions of dollars in their reserves, it ain't gonna hurt them to get some formula or some diapers. You feel me?